Good morning. Welcome to Tennessee Valley this morning. Normally, we're greeting you with Tracy, my co-host, but unfortunately Tracy's out of town. So for today, good Monday morning, you have me, Tommy Wright. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you have a great week. We're kicking off this week. On our morning show this morning, I'm joined by Jason Sewell. Jason is a colleague of mine at Cleveland State Community College, and Jason's going to talk to us this morning about dual enrollment. So, Jason, welcome to Tennessee Valley this morning. Tell us a little bit about what you do at Cleveland State.
My title at Cleveland State is Director of Student Relations, which encompasses dual enrollment, student recruitment, and various other hats, but the thing we're going to talk about this morning mainly is dual enrollment and recruitment, which is exciting times for us in dual enrollment because we have a lot of different opportunities going on for students in our high schools and in the schools that we serve. So excited about a lot that's going on. And
well, good. Well, one of the first rules for this morning is that we have to make sure that we tell Tracy when she gets back that it went seamlessly without her. So that's a guarantee. We have to make sure we do that.
I have no problem with that.
All right, good. All right, so then the rest of this time will go fairly easily.
Yeah.
So if that answer had been anything differently, I would have led you down a lot of bad paths. So instead, we're going to make it easy. So tell me, what does dual enrollment mean to our high school students?
Dual enrollment for our high school students is an opportunity to get college credit and get ahead in their academic careers while they're still in high school. And it's such a great opportunity because basically we use the term of killing two birds with one stone. I mean, they register with us, they become a college student, we treat them as such, but they're still in high school, they haven't graduated yet, but they're well on their way to earning credits towards a college degree. And with everything that's going on in the state now with the Complete College Tennessee Act and things like that, it is really instrumental to help these students get going. Plus there's assistance for it. But let me explain a little bit about what dual enrollment actually is before we start talking about all the benefits and all. Is students qualify to be in dual enrollment, they need to be a junior or a senior in high school, and we serve the counties in our service, or we serve the schools in our service area, which are Bradley, McMinn, Polk, Meigs, and Monroe.
Okay.
Now we do have students, if they call us, we have a class that they're interested in, they're outside those counties, we can do that too if they contact us and are interested in that. But students, in order to be eligible to take dual enrollment, again, need to be a junior or senior status, have a 3.0 high school GPA, and then meet appropriate ACT or ACT plan scores in the subject area they wish to take. For instance, if they're interested in taking English comp, which could be their senior English in high school, they need to have an 18 in the English portion of that ACT or ACT plan. All of our other subjects kind of require a 19, whether it be in reading or math or science.
Okay. So how many students in our service area participate in dual enrollment?
This spring we had over 520 students participating in dual enrollment, which was our largest enrollment ever. So I'm excited to know that the word's getting out about the benefits and the opportunity that's available for students to take advantage of it. And our guidance counselors in the high schools that we serve are really working well with us to help let students know about how much it can benefit them.
So what kind of options are out there for dual enrollment?
There's a couple different options. The first one being we have classes at individual high schools. And I'll just throw some of the schools out here. You talk about Bradley Central or Cleveland or Walker Valley, McMinn, Polk County, Meigs. We have McMinn Central. We have classes where we have instructors that teach for us in their high schools. They're already there. The student registers for dual enrollment. We come, we register them. They take the class at the high school. They never actually leave, but they're taking our college course at the high school. They can also come to any of our campuses, whether it be here in the main campus in Cleveland or go to our Athens site, Monroe site, and take classes there. Well, they still register all through the dual enrollment office, though. We handle all of the registration forms, the applications, and such. But we have a packet. It's online. It's on our website. All the information is there about the criteria, the eligibility, the opportunities to help pay for it, which I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but and the registration forms to actually get registered and get enrolled and benefit.
Okay. So what subjects are available for a student?
Typically in the high schools we have our general core education courses, which would be English Comp, American History, all of the maths, whether it be college algebra, stats, pre-cal, basic calculus. We have opportunities for that depending on the school. Now it depends on the school, on what availabilities might be there, but again on our website and through their guidance counselors at the schools, they can talk to their guidance counselors and find out which classes are going to be available at their high school that they can take advantage of, and then anytime they want to take, they can take any class here that we offer at one of our sites, but it's limited sometimes at the high schools to basically core classes.
Okay.
And we do have, I know we're adding this year at McMinn County, we're adding anatomy and physiology, which is going to be huge. And then we also have chemistry at McMinn County. Most schools we have English Comp and math are usually options.
Okay. And many of these classes are actually taught by the high school instructor?
Yes, if they meet our credentials to be an instructor for us, we do hire them and they teach for us. They teach our curriculum, but they're actually in the high schools. So they have their high school load, but then they'll have a dual enrollment class is typically how it works, and they teach for us.
Okay. So to the resource side of things, so a cost for a class would be about how much? This
year the cost for one course was, our tuition for a 3-hour course, because we charge by the hour, was $457.50. Now, $457.50 for one, say, English Comp class was the tuition. Now, there's assistance available with the Tennessee Hope, the lottery. There's a dual enrollment lottery grant that students go on and they can register for through the state, that we apply they can get up to $100 per credit hour. So for a 3-hour class, $300 towards one course. If they meet current HOPE requirements, which is a 21 ACT or a 3.0 high school GPA, they can get $300, an additional $300 towards a second course. So that's the start with. So our students who were in dual enrollment this year, that left a gap of, if they were taking classes at the school, of about $129. Now going into next year, we have some exciting news that's going on.
So what is that exciting news, Jason? You're chomping at the bit to tell us.
I'm really excited that our administration in Cleveland State has made the commitment to fund that gap balance for students. So anybody next year who wants to, say they're a new student wanting to take dual enrollment with Cleveland State, as long as they register and register for the lottery grant, they basically will pay an application fee of, I believe it's going to be $20 next year. It's going from 10 to 20. But they pay the $20 application fee, which is a one-time fee. And then beyond that, as long as they register for the lottery and qualify for it, $300 towards that class. And then Cleveland State is going to fund the balance, which whatever that gap fee may be. So
that's amazing. There's no reason that students shouldn't try dual enrollment, and simply trying has been very successful. You shared with me the other day some statistics that I believe 98% of the students.
98%. We went back and pulled grades that were issued from students who registered. 98% of the students who registered with us to take a dual enrollment class completed and passed with a C or better. So the success rate is great, and it does a great thing mentally for students. Especially, I like to think those students who are kind of on the fence and trying to decide whether they can do a college course, whether college is for them. If they experiment and take a dual enrollment course and have some success, we hope that lays the foundation for them to say, hey, I can handle this and I can go on and get my education, I can go to college. And then of course we have students who are very confident about taking the classes, and we've actually had students who have graduated from Cleveland State with a degree, an associate's degree, before they graduate from here first week in May, and then 3 weeks later graduate from their high school with a high school diploma. So, and you know, those are extreme cases, but that's possible. And we like to think, you know, I know there's been a push about doing a 3-year degree and trying to get students done. Dual enrollment plays a huge role in that, because students can go ahead and basically, if they even just take one course per semester, their junior and senior years, one course in the fall, one in the spring, each year, basically they got 12 hours rolling in. That's almost their first semester of college completed. So they're well on their way to getting their degree. And that's the great opportunity there for them.
Well, good. So recently, I believe your office on campus and some other offices did a ribbon cutting with a new space. Talk to us a little bit about that space.
We have now a new space on campus called our Enrollment Services Center, where we basically took financial aid, admissions and records, and student relations and recruitment and combined and put us in one suite. The intent in that is to better serve students and better serve our population. So with us all coming together, we're working to make it more convenient and be, the term has been used as a one-stop shop, but we hope that when students come in there, they can get all the information they need in one area and not have to. Before, we were kind of set up logistically where admissions was in one building, financial aid and student relations in another, and now when they come in, we hope the intent is for them to come to the counter, be able to get the information they need in one spot and not have to go to different places.
Good. So I know that...
And it's a beautiful space. We're proud of it.
I know that you'll welcome anybody in to take a look at that.
Absolutely.
What are the hours?
Typical hours Monday through Thursday are 8 a.m. to 6, and on Friday 8 to 4:30 the Enrollment Services Center is open.
Good. So I know it's not necessarily in your purview, but from a recruitment standpoint, you are familiar with the schools in the service area. What does recruitment look like for going forward? How are we doing in that area?
I'm really excited about recruitment and what we have going on in that area, because we have Suzanne Bain has taken over and been in recruitment and really been a huge champion for us. She has done so much this year as far as organizing events, recruiting events, being in the high schools in our service area, having groups on campus from our service area high schools. She has been tremendous in going out and generating those relationships with the guidance offices. We had some huge events that were really successful that those who are watching or participated may have some input on, but we did a junior seminar day here this year to where we had all the juniors in Bradley County come to campus, and we're looking to expand that next year and bring some of our other counties in, but we had roughly, I think, 600-800 students here on campus that were juniors. They came through and went through a series of workshops and programs to help better prepare them for college, and it was well received. It was really well organized. Suzanne and Tracy, who's typically your host here, had a huge role in that, and we're excited. The date's already been set for next year for Bradley County, and we're looking to expand, and I know McMinn County has an interest, and we're going to work with them on trying to do it. So those are some of the things. Suzanne also has been out. This is the first year where we have actually coordinated and organized and went through with a financial aid and scholarship workshop night at every school in our service area. Also, she's implemented more application days at the schools, attended to the high schools and helped students fill out. We just went to an online application this year. It's been working very well. It's very convenient for students and helping them do that. So she's really made strides in making it more accessible, more convenient for students to get information, because all students, the majority of our population is receiving some sort of aid to come to college. So we really think it's beneficial with those financial aid and scholarship nights to help inform them of there is assistance available, but you have to be informed about it and know where to go to get it and how to follow through. And we're making efforts in that to try to better inform students, make it more accessible so they can benefit in the long run. So and for parents too, parents play a huge role in this too. When we do those financial aid and scholarship nights, parents are invited to come to hear this information as well.
So one huge recruitment tool, I assume, would be a program that's going to start this fall. I guess the first attendees will be from this program, and it's the Tennessee Achieves, Bradley Achieves.
Yes.
What's that about?
Tennessee Achieves is a program that's been filtered down to Bradley County. We have a champion here in Bradley County, Alan Jones, who has agreed to fund that. And essentially, the bottom line is any student in Bradley County who wants to come to Cleveland State, graduate high school and come to Cleveland State, can come. It's a last dollar tuition scholarship, so they can come to college basically free. There are steps that students have to do who enroll in this program. That first of all, they have to enroll in the fall. So for upcoming seniors this year, in the fall there'll be a deadline that they have to meet and enroll in the program. Then they have to meet certain benchmarks, but they're assigned a mentor. It's a wonderful program. The student does have some responsibility to come to certain events and meet certain benchmarks, but the reward in the end is it's a partnership only with Cleveland State that if students graduate in Bradley County and come to Cleveland State and they're enrolled in that program and met the appropriate benchmarks, then they come to Cleveland State, and regardless if they get $0 for scholarship or they have $50 left on their tuition to pay after their scholarships and hope to apply and whatever, it is covered. So it's a great opportunity, and we think we've had, what, 180 students this year take advantage of it that we think are coming in the fall or so, somewhere in there, 130.
I think that's right. So I think that program is very valuable. I think the students have to give back to the community some portion of their time. There's maybe an 8 or 10 hour.
Yeah, community service, and but you talk about an unbelievable opportunity. I can think back when I was getting ready to go to school, if somebody told me that I could attend, I was one of those students who took out student loans and in order to attend and make it happen. And if I had the opportunity to go and said, well, don't worry about it, it's going to be taken care of as long as you do these things, what a great opportunity.
It's amazing.
And we're excited about it here. We're excited. It's going to be a great situation.
So I know we're some time away, but thinking about being a student at Cleveland State, when you start this fall semester off, for the last couple of years we've had a wonderful event. That's the Freshman Frenzy event. So we've got a couple of minutes left before we go to break. Tell me about when you kick the semester off at Cleveland State.
Well, the Freshman Frenzy we've been doing for the past couple of years and has been hugely successful for the mere fact that we get students to come on campus and kind of get them acclimated and do it in a fun, positive way, and there's an energy to it. And all of our students, once they become students, once they register with us, become a new student, go through a new student advisement, orientation, but then the Freshman Frenzy, they're invited to come to participate in activities, take care of some of these things, get on campus, and just have a grand time doing it. We've had different speakers come in the past couple of years who have done some workshops that's beneficial to them. There's usually a grand prize that's given away that day, which was it an iPad this year and the year before, and their families are invited to come. It's just, it's an exciting day to come and be a part of. It's exciting for us at the college, and it's also exciting for the students and their families and their support staff who come and see what's going on and get them on campus to get them rolling. Well,
good. Jason, thanks for being here with us this morning. Is there a particular number that folks should call if they have an interest in dual enrollment and any of the information that you've shared with us this morning? Is there a number that we should use to?
Just for dual enrollment, it'd be 423-614-8734 would be the number to Jan as a direct contact for dual enrollment. Other than that, our main line to the school, which will get them to the Enrollment Services Center, and that's where they need to go. And also too, all of our information, we use the website, especially for dual enrollment. With any information they're looking, want to follow up on that. The registration packs are there, the deadline dates are there on what's going on. So.
Okay. When we return from the break, we're going to be joined by Alan Gentry to talk with us a little bit about our technology programs at Cleveland State and some renovations into some facilities that are associated with his operation. So, Jason, thanks again for joining us this morning, and we'll be back in a moment.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Have annoying biting and stinging insects taken over your yard? Volunteer Rid-A-Pest can get it back. Make your yard a no-fly zone with Mosquito Guard. Volunteer Rid-A-Pest will eliminate these annoying pests, and you'll be able to work in your yard, have a pool party, a cookout, allow your children to play outside, or just sit outside and enjoy the evening. Volunteer Rid-A-Pest has developed an extremely effective treatment program that treats all shrubs, bushes, trees, and other foliage where mosquitoes and other biting, stinging insects live and breed. This material will not harm your plants or trees and leaves no harmful residue. This treatment program is safe for use around children and pets, but the best part is it's 100% guaranteed. If you are not 100% satisfied, Volunteer Rid-A-Pest will retreat for free until you are satisfied, or after 30 days will cancel their agreement and refund 100% of your money. Give Volunteer Rid-A-Pest a call for a free no-obligation estimate. Phone 472-7736.
Discover great local programming right here on WTMB East Tennessee Television. Tune in weekday mornings at 6:30 a.m. for Tennessee Valley This Morning to find out what's going on in your local area. Watch East Tennessee Shopper with Joe and Kim Palo live every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Get caught up in all the latest sports action. Watch In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. with replays at midnight. All this and more on WTMB East Tennessee Television.
Have you ever thought about a career in television broadcast sales? Well, if so, WTMB might just be the place for you.
We're looking for a person that is self-motivated and energetic to join the WTMB family as a broadcast salesperson.
If that sounds like you, give us a call at area code 423-472-8892 or email us at joe@wtmbtv.net or kim@wtmbtv.net. We look forward to hearing from you, and let's get started today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Ford, board certified in anti-aging medicine and pain management. Have you had recent decrease in energy, lack of sex drive, feel moody, grumpy, or sad? If so, you may have low testosterone and be a candidate for bioidentical hormone replacement. Listen to what two of my patients have to say.
Before I came to the Ford Clinic, I had to have a nap every day.
When I got off work, I'd lay around, really didn't want to do much and felt real lazy.
I've noticed since I had the testosterone implant that I can go a good 8 hours doing the things I enjoy doing.
I had it done, it took about 25-30 minutes, 5 months, and I'm doing good. My stomach, my muscles, they've completely changed. My fat level has dropped. I get to go out and run, exercise with my son. My muscles are just getting stronger.
If you'd like to change your life, please call me at Ford Center for Pain Management and Anti-Aging Medicine at 423-400-9115.
It's a very simple process, and it's well worth it.
Good morning and welcome back to Tennessee Valley This Morning. Normally on Monday mornings you're used to seeing Tracy, my co-host, and I should say probably the host, and I'm actually the second leg of that. But Tracy is out of town at a conference, so this morning you all have me, and I'm joined on this segment of the show with Alan Gentry from Cleveland State. Welcome, Alan.
Good morning. Thank you.
Glad you could be with us. So tell our viewers what it is that you do at Cleveland State and what you are responsible for.
Sure. I'm the chair of the technology department, and with that, responsible for our programs dealing with drafting design, electromechanical, electronics programs, construction technology, and process control technology.
Good. So obviously on our campus there's some construction taking place, and the bulk of that construction seems to be happening in your building right now. So tell us what's going on. It seems to be exciting over there.
We certainly have a lot going on, and probably the most noticeable is what's happening on the outdoors. And we now have concrete poured for about a 3,400 square foot expansion of the technology building. When it's finished, it'll have the look and feel of an industry setting, which is what we're trying to create in the building, so that our students will be able to work in that area and it'll feel like an industry. It will be configured, all the systems will be labeled, and signage and things they will see once they get in industry, so that hopefully with those kind of reminders it just gets to be second nature to them. What we're planning on doing in that building, it'll have a kind of a high-tech look to it. It will have a lot of windows, natural lighting, some energy efficiency features built into it. Be able to easily see from the street what's going on inside the building. You'll see a lot of automation, and it's really about adding a lot of automated technologies to our existing programs. Robotics, computer controlled manufacturing, machining, some metal cutting capability. And one of the neatest things I think we'll have is it's kind of a capstone training system where students can actually take a lot of what they've learned in the curriculum and put it together first with individual workstations that they can program to do a task much like automated industry would do. And then those 8 workstations will collectively work together to take an assembly line of parts and assemble them, put them together, and you end up with a finished work piece, very much like you'll see in many, many industries in the area. So that's going to be pretty neat when we get all that put together, and we think it's really going to enhance a lot of our curriculum and tie together everything from drafting design to electronic technology, mechanical technologies, and automation, and make it really come to life.
So your students are going to have certainly a lot of hands-on opportunities, and you're already doing some hands-on opportunities, of course, some of that in the classroom, some of that in the community. Talk to me a little bit about what your students today get to do in the classroom and in the community.
One of the things I got involved in early on when I came here was the construction technology program, and we were right at the beginnings of a grant that was focusing on workforce development and creating community jobs. And what we did with that was we looked at trying to put some different spins on construction and started doing things that today we call home weatherization and green building, and also including some things with renewable energy. Solar and wind and energy conservation, for example, and put that into our curriculum. It kind of gave a boost to the construction and created a lot of interest in folks. And we really targeted trying to go after a lot of people that were already in the building business, because green building was new to them. It gave them a chance to learn something new that they could use in their existing business. It turns out it created some jobs because builders were working alongside traditional students, and they could see somebody that looked like they had a lot of potentials, and several of them were hired and went to work with existing builders and contractors. Several businesses have spun off as a result of some of our classes, particularly in the solar area. I know of at least 2 companies that have started or taken on solar as another product line in their business, and they're busy right now sizing and installing systems all up and down the Tennessee Valley here. One of the neatest things in the community, about the time we were putting these programs in place, Habitat for Humanity changed their building standards. That was about 2007. And they wanted to focus more on building energy efficient homes, which for a Habitat family, it's kind of a no-brainer that it fits well with that program model to trying to deal with financial issues a lot of folks have. So if we can reduce the utility bills, it's just a natural fit. So we created a partnership with Habitat so that our students go out and work on a Habitat house, which makes a ready-made laboratory, if you will, for students to go out and get hands-on experience. Habitat really depends on volunteers to be able to do their mission, conduct their mission successfully. And it's helpful for volunteers to have some building knowledge or experience. So it was really a good match because they were trying to do something new, we were teaching something new. Our folks could help with the labor. They could also help with learning about the technologies and techniques and the way those things go together to make energy efficient homes. And we were a part of building the first Energy Star home in Bradley County. And our students have been involved in, gosh, I'm not sure how many Habitat builds up and down the area that are building energy efficient homes. I'm not sure exactly how many have been built now, but I know that the ones in our service area are all building energy efficient homes for Habitat. And
so from an energy perspective, I probably should have introduced you as the sustainability guru for our campus. I see this trailer that you have, solar trailer if you will. Talk to me a little bit about maybe some of your solar initiatives and energy efficiency initiatives, and just you also chair the campus sustainability committee, so talk to me a little bit about some of that.
Okay. it's interesting how the trailer came about and evolved. It first came about as a way to take some of our technology to remote campuses and community and do some things of that nature, because people didn't necessarily have access to the campus. We could take the materials or some of the models and demonstration items to them. And so we would load up the trailer with a lot of our stuff and take it, and naturally a lot of that included some solar panels and that sort of thing. And seeing some others that had been built, the idea came to us, gee, why don't we just put the solar on the trailer and make it a working model as well as a transportation device. So now we have got essentially a mobile power station that we've taken to habitat sites. We've taken them to schools, recruiting fairs, community events, different places, and people can see how solar works, see the actual equipment that would go into a home installation. And we've taken those demonstrations and presentation materials to things like events we've had on campus with our Green Day. We've been doing that for 4 years now, and trying to raise awareness in the community of everything, starting with energy first, but then it has grown to include the landscape and the environment, and essentially anything that we come in contact with is a resource we use to raise our consciousness about how we deal with it, how we use it, and preserve it, care for it, or not. Yeah.
So you actually have in the new incubator that's on campus, you have a lab that's up there, and what will take place in this lab?
We are using that lab space as a home for our alternative fuels program, as we're calling it. And our first idea is to try to take something as basic as just use cooking oil, and take that cooking oil and turn it into biodiesel, and we actually have some vehicles on campus that we can in turn use that fuel in, and that not only helps students have another hands-on application, but we can also help reduce our campus fuel cost. And since it is a cleaner fuel, it contributes to emissions issues and that sort of thing, carbon reduction, and we think it's going to be a good fit to the things we're doing here.
Well, good. So now, when will this facility that we see coming out of the ground and all of the renovations, when do we anticipate that being completed?
We're looking for all that work to be finished before the beginning of the fall semester 2012. So we've got a lot of work to do, and a lot of work has been going on since January. Much of it has not been visible because we've been working inside the building, doing some remodeling and realigning some classrooms, and moving some lab space around so that we can concentrate on the hands-on piece. And we've been doing some house cleaning and housekeeping, and expanding some other lab spaces to kind of reorganize. And for example, one of the biggest lab spaces will focus on process control, hydraulics, pneumatics, mechanical trainers. We'll have more electrical trainers. You'll see a lot of new equipment and larger quantities of equipment, so students don't have to wait to get their hands on the equipment. They can go into the classroom and get directly hands-on. Yeah,
that was what was exciting to me, was that as we've talked about this process, we've seen all of these things that seem like nice big toys, you know, big guys, big toys, you know. So as a student, tell me about some things that I may get excited about that I didn't maybe see in high school before. What are some toys and things that we may see in this building?
One of the things that, and I can kind of start and go down the hallway, but in our drafting and design, we're combining two classrooms to make a larger classroom to have more space, because if you work with drawings, you've got to have space to roll them out. And we can make things in drawing and see them in picture, but we've got a tool and working toward another tool to go with it. It's called a rapid prototyping printer. And if you can envision a printer that will deposit layers of plastic and actually see a part come to life in 3 dimensions, and that's what this rapid prototyping printer produces. So a student can draw something in a CAD drawing and send it to this machine, and it'll make it a plastic part. Doesn't matter how many parts or how intricate it is. It comes out in 3 dimensions. If there's moving parts, the gears and everything interlock, and it fully functions as soon as it comes out of the printer. It's one of the neatest things you've ever seen. You don't see that in high school.
That would make me want to come be a part of this program.
Absolutely. Anything you can draw on paper, it can print in 3D and come out of that printer. And then to take that drawing concept a little further, we're drawing things in the classroom that then will go to automated machines like lathes and mills that will produce these products or pieces without maybe a little bit of user intervention, but they'll be automatically reproduced. And then the idea in the lab in the new building is you can then take those parts and pieces you just made and put them in an assembly process and can make it a part of a bigger part or piece, whatever we can envision and come up with. So I think it's going to be a lot of opportunity to do a lot of neat things, a lot of new toys, as you say. Mm-hmm. That's probably been the most fun part of this job is being able to use a lot of the technology, new technology, a lot of cutting edge technology, and put the things together and just kind of let your imagination wander and see what you can do with it. You know, and that's what I want us to get to, is we get through the basic fundamentals quickly but deep enough that students are comfortable with it, but then get into playing with the toys and making it come to life. And I think that's where the innovation and creativity can start then.
So if I'm thinking about construction technology, the way I used to build houses with my dad, and you know, swinging a hammer and setting up stud walls, and this is totally different. It's some of that, but it's probably much more technical. What would a student that comes out of this program, what types of jobs do they go into?
We mapped out our construction technology program because we get that question a lot. Say, okay, what am I going to do with this? And we could see as many as 35 to 40 different directions a student could go. Whether they're working residential construction or commercial construction or just a home remodeler, rebuilder. They could build homes, they could be a general contractor, a specialty contractor, whether it's plumbing, electrical, mechanical systems, a framer, a sheetrock insulator, roofer. You know, all those are different possibilities. Some of the newest things that I think are really important that are just coming of age are things like home inspectors and home energy raters. There's a lot of folks, just like what you talk about, that have gotten comfortable with a lot of traditional building techniques, and that's good, and there's a place for that. But traditional building techniques and today's high-tech materials don't necessarily fit well together without making some adjustments. So we're trying to point out the adjustments, and a few changes in techniques can really make a difference in how well the building's built and how well it performs. And how you know how it performs is when you get a home inspector that knows what to look for, can point those things out. And then a home energy rater is one that actually does a test on a home to see how well it's built as far as its ability to control the heat and cold that we all deal with our heating and cooling systems and trying to fight the elements in winter and summer.
Well, Alan, they're going to pull the plug on me if I don't go to commercial break. So thanks for joining me this morning. If students want to get in touch with you, what's a phone number that they can reach you on?
My number here on campus is 473-2447. If I'm not there, leave a message. That happens quite a bit, but we'll try to get back to them and try to address any questions they have.
Thanks again for joining us this morning. And folks, sorry for the lengthy segment there, but we'll be back in a moment with some another guest. So see us soon.
Have you ever thought about a career in television broadcast sales? Well, if so, WTMB might just be the place for you.
We're looking for a person that is self-motivated and energetic to join the WTMB family as a broadcast salesperson.
If that sounds like you, give us a call at area code 472-8892 or email us at joe@wtmbtv.net or kim@wtmbtv.net. We look forward to hearing from you, and let's get started today. Have annoying biting and stinging insects taken over your yard? Volunteer Ritapest can get it back. Make your yard a no-fly zone with Mosquito Guard. Volunteer Ritapest will eliminate these annoying pests, and you'll be able to work in your yard, have a pool party, a cookout, allow your children to play outside, or just sit outside and enjoy the evening. Volunteer Ritapest has developed an extremely effective treatment program that treats all shrubs, bushes, trees, and other foliage where mosquitoes and other biting, stinging insects live and breed. This material will not harm your plants or trees and leaves no harmful residue. This treatment program is safe for use around children and pets, but the best part is it's 100% guaranteed. If you are not 100% satisfied, Volunteer Ritapest will retreat for free until you are satisfied, or after 30 days, will cancel their agreement and refund 100% of your money. Give Volunteer Ritapest a call for a free no-obligation estimate. Phone 472-7736.
Discover great local programming right here on WTMB East Tennessee Television. Tune in weekday mornings at 6:30 a.m. for Tennessee Valley This Morning to find out what's going on in your local area. Watch East Tennessee Shopper with Joe and Kim Palo live every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. Get caught up in all the latest sports action. Watch In the Spotlight with Brittany Jackson, Wednesdays at 6:30 p.m. with replays at midnight. All this and more on WTMB East Tennessee Television.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dennis Ford, board certified in anti-aging medicine and pain management. Have you had recent decrease in energy, lack of sex drive, feel moody, grumpy, or sad? If so, you may have low testosterone and be a candidate for bioidentical hormone replacement. Listen to what two of my patients have to say.
Before I came to the Ford Clinic, I had to have a nap every day.
When I got off work, I'd lay around, really didn't want to do much and felt real lazy.
I've noticed since I had the testosterone implant that I can go a good 8 hours doing the things I enjoy doing.
I had it done, it took about 25-30 minutes, 5 months, and I'm doing good. My stomach, my muscles, they've completely changed. My fat level has dropped. Get to go out and run, exercise with my son. My muscles are just getting stronger.
If you'd like to change your life, please call me at Ford Center for Pain Management and Anti-Aging Medicine at 423-400-9115.
It's a very simple process, and it's well worth it.
I'm Wes Robbins with Landmark Insurance Brokerage. When it comes to employee benefits, we've got you covered. Call me today for the best service and best solutions to your group health and employee benefits needs. At Landmark Insurance Brokerage, we've got you covered.
Good morning and welcome back to Tennessee Valley This Morning. My name's Tommy Wright, and this segment we're joined by Holly from Cleveland State. And before we even get started with this segment, I must say that I'm assuming viewer ratings have increased because Tracy is not here. I'm at least going to tell her that viewer ratings were off the charts, and that we're just blowing the charts off the record here. So anyway, please continue to watch this morning. We're in our last segment, and again, I'm joined by Holly. And Holly Vincent's going to tell us what she does at Cleveland State, and we're going to talk a little bit about some upcoming events. But before I go to Holly, I want to quickly remind us of a community event that's happening. It's called Boogie at the Barn. It's an Armed Forces Day celebration, a fundraising event for Southeast Tennessee Veterans Home. This is going to take place on Saturday, May 19th at Pappy's Place. Can you boogie at the barn, Holly?
I'll try.
Okay, so
if you will.
I may not be available that day, but for those of you that do like to boogie, please support the Armed Forces Day celebration. Again, it's at Pappy's Place on Saturday, May 19th, and it's a fundraising event, again, for the Southeast Tennessee Veterans Home. So we can't do enough for the Armed Forces. They've given so much to all of us. and we are going to certainly try to do our best to give back to them. So now for this segment, we're going to talk to Holly a little bit about some things happening at Cleveland State. But before we get into that, Holly, what is it that you do at Cleveland State?
I thought you were going to say ratings were off the charts because I was here.
That's probably the case.
During this segment.
This
I thought that was
segment.
where you were going with that.
It's close. I can see the meter edging up as we go.
Is that what that was doing?
That was it.
Okay. I work in marketing and public relations, and I am the public information coordinator. I do press releases, public service announcements. I help with small ad campaigns, writing some copy there, proofreading, things like that. Just a little bit of everything, big campaigns, small campaigns, just wherever they need me.
And you are an alumni.
I am.
Of Cleveland State.
I am. Very proud to be.
Well, good. All right, so some events that are coming up. This coming weekend is what it's all about. It's about graduation. It's about completing college. So tell us about some of the things happening this weekend.
Well, we're very excited at the college to have singer-songwriter Larry Gatlin here at the college this weekend. He is our keynote speaker for Saturday's commencement. It's our 44th, I believe, 44th commencement. And he's our keynote speaker, but the excitement begins Friday night when he is going to take the stage and be live in concert. He's going to do a concert for our graduates for free, our 2012 graduates, I need to say. We don't want every class.
We want you to come.
We want you to come, but class of 2012, it's free for you guys. And everybody else, general admission is $10 and $5 for students, and that's if you have an ID, and I believe that's elementary on up.
Correct. Student is a student. So.
Right. So and you can get those at the door, or you can pick them up in our business office, and you can call to reserve them. We have several ways to do so. But we're very excited about this concert, and also he's going to be eating with us. We're having a graduation dinner for the graduates and their families.
This is the first time, right?
First time. So we're very excited about that. And so that's a special treat for our graduates this year and their families. So
so this graduate, if you're watching us and you're graduating from Cleveland State, you can be among the first, the first to participate in Cleveland State's graduation dinner. So that's going to be on Friday night.
Friday night, it's from 5 to 7, the dinner. And then immediately following at 7:30 in the L. Quentin Lane Gymnasium, we're going to have him at the concert at 7:30.
And again, this concert is free to graduates, this year graduates from Cleveland State. And others in the community are welcome to attend. We want you to attend.
Right. $10, $5 for students, and they can, like I said, they can pick up tickets in our business office, which right now, because of a renovation, is located in our gym. You can also look at our website. There's a link that says Larry Gatlin. It's very easy to find. You can click on that and reserve tickets, or you can pick them up that night at the door. And our business office is open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30.
And I think opening for our
For Larry Gatlin is our very own Vocal Rhapsody. It's our small ensemble on campus, and they're very good too, so we don't want to leave them out.
So that's on Friday, so two big things on Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and going to the business office, getting the tickets there, going to the website, a way to get a link from that.
Should I tell that website?
Sure.
Yes. It's www.clevelandstatecc.edu. And one thing I want to tell you guys is that all the proceeds for this goes to the Cleveland State Scholarship Fund. Larry Gatlin very generously is donating that to Cleveland State Scholarship. So he sounds like such a nice guy. I've never met him, but hopefully I will.
Now, Holly, Larry Gatlin.
I know,
I mean, he's an award-winning country singer.
I know.
So he may not be as popular to the traditional aged college student, but to some of us, we know the Gatlin brothers and Larry Gatlin. So for those of you,
can you sing a little for us?
Well, you know, I would, but the rating charts are already up there, and we've peaked out. So what we do want to do, though, is to welcome anyone from the community, whether you have a graduate or not. If you know Larry Gatlin and his songs from the past, please, please, please. Larry still is on tour. He's still playing in lots of big cities. So we want you to come and be a part of Cleveland State that evening and do something that we haven't done before, which is a scholarship benefit concert that Holly's talked about. So Saturday, graduation.
Yes.
He's going to be the commencement speaker.
He is. And I don't know if you've ever heard him speak. He is very committed to education as well. He's not just this singer, songwriter. He is very committed to education. Dr. Hyatt, our president, actually gave me a CD, and I was listening to it of one of his speeches somewhere, and I didn't know that about him. So that's interesting. I think people will actually like to hear that about him.
Well, good. So another event that's coming up within the next couple of 2 or 3 weeks is a technology conference. So tell me a little bit about this conference.
Okay, it's called the P16. It's our 3rd annual P16 Summer Summit. It's Teaching with Technology. It's an excellent opportunity for teachers, administrators to get any kind of credit for teaching. It's like a teaching seminar for anybody that teaches with technology. It's a professional development seminar. So we want you guys to come if you're interested. It's on Wednesday, June 6th. There's also a link from our website, so feel free to go to our website, same website as I gave earlier, and there's also a link on there, separate link, and it'll say P16 Summer Summit. You can click on there and find out more information about it, but there's 80 concurrent sessions, different strands, administrative, technical, curricular, and there's all kinds of information on there. The keynote speaker is Robbie Melton. She has a very long title. She is the Tennessee Board of Regents Associate Vice Chancellor of E-Learning and, oh my goodness.
E-mobilization or something.
Yes, but I've heard she's a great speaker. I've never heard her myself, but I've heard she's very enthusiastic about the subjects that
I've seen her and witnessed her presentation, and her job is to take mobile technology and sample that and to try to distribute that to the Tennessee Board of Regents schools, and she is passionate about what she does, and so she is all things mobile, if you will. So it'll be a very flashy presentation, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So this conference is a very cost-effective chance for teachers, educators to get professional development credits. The cost on this conference is in the neighborhood of $40. I can't recall off the top of my head, but it's very reasonable. It comes with a lunch meal. There are
Southern Luau.
It's a Southern Luau. What else?
Not sure what that is.
It's similar to the boogie, maybe the boogie at the barn Armed Forces Day celebration, but this will be a luau, and it seems like it's going to be a very exciting conference.
I know that the first year, this is our 3rd year, and I know the first year they had like 75. Last year they more than doubled, and I think this year they're hoping for even more. So sounds like a great event.
There'll also be vendors there, so if you are into maybe a technology program and you're going to need some to make some various purchases, there will be some vendors at this workshop as well. So it's really neat. There's a second segment to this workshop that's called a Google app training.
And it's on the 7th and the 8th.
It's on the 7th and 8th. So if you're looking for a week of technology, this would certainly be
your cup of tea.
Your cup of tea, that's for sure. So this Google app, there are people coming from Apple. In addition to this Google app piece, there's I think an Apple segment as well. So there's just a week-long, almost a week-long exposure to technology. Ron Page who is I think predominantly leading this effort to the P16, and he would certainly like to see your presence here as well. So there's several TBR schools that are going to participate. Anything else, Holly, that's happening at Cleveland State that would be of notice to us?
I just think it's a very exciting time at Cleveland State. I mean, with the new hiring of the Director of Special Programs and Community Relations, we've had so many more activities, I would say, this year than any year that I've been here. I've been here 10 years. This year alone, we've had Terry Pazmino, the classical guitarist. We've had Judy Carmichael, the Grammy Award-winning pianist. We've had just last week the Recessa Begina, I guess that's his last name, who was the real-life hero of that was portrayed in the Hotel Rwanda. I mean, it just seems like we've had a lot more activities, and I would just say stay tuned because it seems like we have a lot of activities going on.
So in your job in marketing, do you often have, do we get exposure within our area to, say, the Chattanooga Times and some other places like that?
Oh yeah, I mean, whenever I submit articles, I always submit them to our local service area, which is McMinn, Meigs, Monroe, Polk, and Bradley, but I also submit them to the Hamilton County newspaper as well.
Well, good. So when we have, say, this next weekend, or this coming weekend with graduation, will we also be airing that graduation locally?
We will. It'll be live on WTNB, yes, Channel 5. While it's going on, it'll be airing on that station. And then I believe later, I don't
replay that?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Well, good. So Freshman Frenzy, in the last segment, we talked a little bit about the kickoff of the fall semester. The summers at all colleges seem to be a little bit of a lull, but for us at Cleveland State, we're trying to make the summer be somewhat active with some additional programming. But in the fall for this Freshman Frenzy, do you play a role in that?
Yes, I do. I do. This is I guess our third year doing that, and I was one of the chairs of that committee. So yes, it used to be that was a lull time, but it doesn't seem to be so anymore. The Freshman Frenzy is definitely an exciting time. So I play a big role in getting that organized, and we're getting ready to also do a new fall registration campaign. So we're getting ready to do a kickoff with an open casting call for students, and we want them to feel like, you know, that they're part of Cleveland State history. So we're going to be, you know, taking pictures of students and letting them, you know, maybe be a part of ad campaigns, you know, billboards and future publications, view books, things like that. So with Freshman Frenzy and that going on, it's going to be a busy summer.
Well, great. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you today, Holly.
Thank you for having me.
This is going to be an exciting year for Cleveland State. This was an exciting show. We heard from some great folks. We heard from Jason Sewell talking about our dual enrollment and our recruitment process. We heard from Alan Gentry talking about our technology program and our renovation, and now from Ms. Holly Vincent talking about some events that are going on at Cleveland State this weekend related to graduation and Larry Gatlin concert. So again, if everybody will please join in next time on Tennessee Valley This Morning. Come back soon. Thank you.